Following the post-apocalyptic universe created by Danny Boyle and Alex Garland in 2002's 28 Days Later, the horror sequel 28 Years Later introduces a slew of new people. The most interesting character is the one we meet at the beginning of the new film, but don't see again until the very end. The events of 28 Years take place in an isolated United Kingdom 30 years after a rage virus epidemic transformed its citizens into mindless walking zombies. As a 12-year-old living on Holy Island, Spike's Alfie Williams' father Jamie Aaron Taylor Johnson brings him to the mainland for the first time to kill an infected. As Spike's mother Isla Jodie Comer struggles with an unidentified illness, he decides to return to the mainland in search of the enigmatic Dr. Kelson Ralph Fiennes. There, Spike sees his mom assist an infected woman after childbirth and encounters the muscular infected alpha named Samson. What a shocker! The baby seems fine, even if mommy dies. Then, the strange but kind Kelson comes to their rescue, and Spike learns a valuable lesson about life and remembering death from him. Let's get down to brass tacks and address the most pressing concerns and spoilers, such who the villain is in the film's climax, and what fans can anticipate in the upcoming sequel, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, released January 16th. After examining Isla, Kelson finds out that she has breast cancer. The disease has metastasized to other areas of her body and is ultimately fatal. He aids in her suicide, burns the corpse, and gives Spike the skull to put atop Kelson's monument Bone Temple, which stands at an impressive height. Kelson assists Spike and the infant in evading yet another assault, while Samson accompanies Spike to the island, where the alpha meets his demise. But Spike decides he wants to leave the island and continue his life on the mainland, leaving the baby with his dad to grow up at the island. Spike is rescued by a band of blonde strangers after being ambushed by a swarm of infected in the last scene, and it is at this point that the unsettling Sir Jimmy Crystal Jack O'Connell makes his entrance. At the beginning of the film, we see Jimmy as a little boy during the viral outbreak, watching Teletubbies as his afflicted relatives fight amongst themselves. In anticipation of God's Day of Judgment, Jimmy's preacher father presents him a cross, which, as an adult, Jimmy wears on his necklace inverted. The cult led by Jimmy, whose members go by names like Jimmyma and Jimmy Inc., and have an aggressively hilarious vibe reminiscent of Alex and the Drugs from A Clockwork Orange, would be featured very heavily in Bone Temple, according to Boyle. The first film explores themes of loss and familial bonds. Among the families it takes a passing interest in are the Jimmys. However, the second film delves into the essence of wickedness. We understand how he became to be the way he is, but Jimmy is someone truly terrifying, Garland says. What occurs when Jimmy and Kelson meet is the most intriguing interaction to me. If you visit the made-up dark web site RageLeaks.net, you'll find interesting world-building features, such as maps showing the geology of this region of Europe after 30 years and information about what's happened in the UK since the rage virus broke out. Is the password required? It's about memento mori, the phrase that Kelson loves. In 28 Days Later, Murphy, who took home an Oscar for his performance in Oppenheimer, starred as bicycle courier Jim, who, following a car crash, awakens in a hospital to see a diseased England and a deserted London. Actually, he's most known for his work as an executive producer on 28 Years Later. Despite his lack of screen time, Boyle has confirmed that Murphy will make an appearance at the conclusion of Bone Temple and will play a pivotal role in the third film in the series. Curious as to whether Jim will be involved with Jimmy and the Jimmys in some way. Even though it doesn't, the finale gives us a glimpse of what could happen and who could be involved, from Kelson to that tiny baby. Along with plenty of challenges in Bone Temple, as Boyle subtly suggests. The next film was written by Garland, but Nia Da Costa will direct it. According to Boyle, Bone Temple is the most original piece of screenwriting since A Clockwork Orange. He also thinks that the challenges he will face in the sequel would be difficult. Many people voiced their opinion, that something should be changed or eliminated. I can't handle it. On top of being dangerous, it is upsetting.